So I'm not gonna bother just waiting for any people. I'm gonna go ahead and just start this. So as y'all see right behind me, look at all this stuff. This took place just over the weekend. So how about I just turn away from me and have y'all get a better look at all this stuff. So there's currently nobody living in this house. So people, this house is usually put up for rent, and we usually have people that live in this house usually every few years. So the last people that were in this house, they moved out, I think on New Year's Eve, and just over the weekend, they just had a landscaping company that came in, did a ton of cleaning up. I mean, literally, they just got done with it yesterday in the rain too, and it rained quite a bit yesterday. Because I think they're working on getting this house all remodeled to have it be put up for rent again. So yeah, I don't remember the last time it's been since I've seen the yard over here look this clean, because I've lived in this house right here for my entire life. I was raised in this house. And so if y'all are wondering why that this video is, or live stream is titled as upcoming project, well, since all of this stuff has been cleaned up, I'm going to be doing some work in this part of the yard, because in the last few years, all the grass that was once here have all died off, and it was all due to, with all of the amount of shade, all the shade killed it all off. We used to, at some point, we had a little bit of Bermuda grass and also some St. Augustine grass. I mean, what y'all see now, this is just nothing but weeds. Well, there might be a little bit of that winter grass, but that grass will eventually die off. So I think what I'm gonna do in the meantime, I'm gonna try and keep all these weeds down. I'll just take one of my string trimmers and just cut all these down to the ground. And what I'm gonna do is that I'm going to put down some St. Augustine grass plugs, because one of the local garden centers around here just now has some Palmetto St. Augustine grass plugs in stock. So I'm gonna install those plugs into this area of the yard. As you can see that right now, since it is morning, it's after 9 o'clock over here in North Texas, so there is a bit of shade, but I think within the hours, this should all be in full sunlight. And hopefully we'll get a nice thick batch of St. Augustine grass over here. They had a big bush right here, and it's been cut down. There you can see the stump of it. I mean, they did some extensive cleaning up. It's just crazy. I'll have a look out here in the front yard. It's all greened up, because I did apply some corn gluten on it last week, and it looks like the St. Augustine is now starting to come back to life. Yeah, that is a piece of a grass blade of St. Augustine grass. This is Riley St. Augustine grass, which it seems to be the most common type of St. Augustine grass that we have here in Texas. As you can see, there still are a bit of weeds in it, but I think once it gets fully established, it'll choke out the weeds. Now usually in this section, it's usually like a mixture of St. Augustine with some Bermuda. And I think right here, I think see little bits of Bermuda, which I think that's what that is right there. Still quite a bit of weeds. I think that all this is just winter weeds, which I normally don't put out no pre-emergence in the fall. Yeah, this is some kind of wheatgrass. This is probably crabgrass, which is very typical. We got quite a bit of dandelions though. Yeah, there's one of them. Trying to show y'all a good spot here where there is some St. Augustine. Yeah, here's a little blade right there. Yep, that's a grass blade of Riley St. Augustine grass. Well, that's actually a good thing. I'm kind of glad it's starting to, that the St. Augustine is starting to get all fully developed, considering that we have had a very brutal winter, even with all that bad winter weather that we had just over a month ago, where the temperatures actually did fall below 0 degrees. And we actually got pretty lucky here. Yeah, here's another little batch right there. This one looks a little bit purple though. I don't know if y'all can tell. It did get a little bit cool overnight. We did have some strong rainstorms overnight, and then a cold front. I can't even talk this morning. Yeah, a cold front had moved through right after that storm, and it's a little bit cool out here right now, but it's gonna warm up really quick. And yeah. Now I think the type of grass that's in this yard, I'm gonna assume it's Bermuda. Which I think a lot of these houses, I think throughout the neighborhood, have Bermuda. Except, well, these houses right here have St. Augustine grass, but I think that house there, I think that's basically St. Augustine, but I think right there, that's a mixture of both St. Augustine and Bermuda. But usually these two houses, they always have a really nice yard. And so, yeah. So I definitely cannot wait to get started on doing this little project here. So I think that in the end, it'll look good. I'll even do some follow-up videos on it. But I think what I will do is I'll just cut down all these weeds and even possibly maybe kill them, so I can keep all the weeds. away. And let's just have a quick look of the grass out here in the back. See, here's a thick batch of the winter grass. And here is some St. Augustine along here. This is usually only the thickest batch of St. Augustine, this area of the backyard. And there's some right here, as you can see. See those thick grass blades. And I believe, again, this is Riley's St. Augustine grass. But what I'm gonna, as I said before, put some Palmetto St. Augustine grass along there. And I bet you around here, I don't know if y'all can really see them. Well, here's a little bit of St. Augustine right here. Just with all these weeds and all these other winter grasses, you can't really see the St. Augustine. Actually, there was a thick batch of St. Augustine over here before, but in the last few years it's thinned out for some reason, which I think it was because of maybe lack of sunlight. And yeah, I might even fix up this bare spot right here in front of the storage building, maybe also put down some plugs in it. All right. So I think that'll pretty much do it for today. So I will do a monthly update video probably in the next couple of weeks, because since we're coming up on April, then as well as I'll do an upcoming lawn cutting video by then. And I think even real soon I'll be going back up to the farm, because the grass up there will probably need to be mowed, because it'll be its first mow for this year. I haven't mowed it at all this year. Hadn't been mowed since last November. So it's gonna need mowing real soon. So I'm gonna sign off, and I hope y'all enjoyed this live stream. And so thanks for watching.